Lawin Media Network,
bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Welcome to PACCTX Connect, the podcast that brings together the voices and stories from across our regions here in the state of Texas. I'm your host, Aileen Ligutizan. I'm the state president of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas. And today we have a very special episode because this is the month of March and this is the month of Women's Month. So, an international women's celebrated across the globe this month of March. And so we have special episode today here at PACCTX Connect. And of course, we are going to be joined by panelists, a panel of leaders across Texas from our chamber. And but before that, I want to let you know that we are live here in Lawin Media Network, and we are live every first Wednesday of the month from 9 p.m. No, sorry, actually 8 p.m. Central Time already, right? And of course, other than that, we are going to have some special guests also other than our panelists. Now, if just in case you missed the show, the live show, you can watch the recorded in the YouTube channel of Lawin Media Network and the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas channel in YouTube and also on our Facebook page. However, Facebook page, the recorded live show is only available in the next 30 days. So go to YouTube if you are accessing this after 30 days. And we are also available in different podcasts like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio, and many more. So we have a lot of exciting discussions tonight. So I'd like to start right away. So I'm going to introduce to you our special guest tonight. And I'm going to ask them, as usual, I'm going to ask them some interesting questions. But for the first question, it's a question that will give us an opportunity to know them better. You probably already seen them before in the past episodes during our first season and also the start of the season. But we always ask questions that will give us more insights about them as a person and as a leader. So, are we ready to start? The question is advice to your younger self. And this is because our big event this week is focused on the topic of From Classroom to C-Suite, which is our celebrating women inspiring change event this month of March. So that's why this is the question I'm going to ask tonight. So I want to call in first our TFW leader, who happens to be a man. That's right. He's going to be the only thorn. Why do they say that? The thorn among the roses, right? Why? Anyway, you're not thorn, Rob. So I want to call in Rob Laroque from DFW region. Hi, Rob.
Hi everyone. Sorry about my voice. I lost it some time ago. A little late. I'll find it somewhere somehow.
Okay,
Um,
don't worry, Rob. We have time, and we can hear you well. So, if you could go back to your classroom days, Rob, whether in the Philippines or here in the United States, uh, and give your younger self one piece of advice that would help you reach the C suite or the leadership level you are in today, what would it be? Go ahead, Rob.
okay. I'm my image might have frozen, but can you hear me?
Yes, we
Okay,
can hear
good.
you.
I just whisper this word. This word. There's always another way. There's always another way. And sorry about that. That was the okay.
Is that your GPS?
That was my that's the AI.
Oh, the
Okay.
AI. Okay, okay. Go
That
ahead,
that
Rob. Continue.
number of reasons. Number one is in school. Growing up and becoming an engineer, I guess got to be kind of rigid. There's always one way to solve a problem, and then basically it kills the creativity a little bit. Number one, and that would limit the growth because it limits your ideas, it limits your options. Number two is that if you think there's always another way, and if I growing up I think that way, then it would help me. It will be make me more creative because sometimes there's probably nothing else. But if I start thinking, you know what, there's another way, then it will force me to think again. The third is it gives hope. You said despair happens when you think there's no other way. So in a tough situation, then you can go back and say, you know what, there's another way. And you have to think, there's got to be, you have to believe there's another way. And then the fourth is sometimes when you're dealing with people, then you have to say, okay, if I gain, this person loses. If I lose, this person gains. But if you think there's always another way, then you start thinking win-win. There's probably a way that we both are going to win. We both are going to gain. And really feel it because of these four reasons. If I think there's always another way, and I inculcate that in my younger self, I'll have a the bigger chance to grow faster, to meet people faster, to solve problems faster, and to become a better person.
All right, Rob. So, yeah, there's another way. There's always going to be another way. So, it's like me remembering there's always a solution to every problem. So,
Yeah,
don't get stuck there, right?
just have to believe.
Well, during our younger self, we probably are, oh no, this is the end of the world,
Yeah,
right? You got a failing grade in one, let's say, quiz. It's like the end of the world to you already, but it's not. There's a better way. There's another way. You can, turn it around, right? Well, thank you, Rob. I wonder what Jessica from GHR will advise to her younger self. So, Jessica, let's bring her in. Hi, Jessica.
Hi everyone, how are y'all?
Doing good. Jessica is the vice chair uh, in GHR, Greater Houston Region. So, of course, Rob, you already know Rob is the region chair in DFW, Greater DFW. All right, Jess, so what will be your advice to your younger self?
So my older self and my younger self are not all that different. I've always had a gutsy side, even growing up. The biggest change over the years has been in the way I make decisions. When I was younger, I was often unsure and a bit wobbly in my choices. As I've gotten older, I can still be indecisive at times, but I've become more grounded, more confident, and more forward looking with every decision I make. My indecisiveness has caused me to miss opportunities, some good, some not so good, but each one taught me something. So, the advice I would give my younger self is this: little Jessica, be steadfast in your decisions, trust yourself, and move forward without second guessing. Don't lose time or chances the way I did when I let doubt slow me down. So, even if a decision turns out to be the wrong one, it simply becomes something to revisit, learn from and grow through, almost like putting it in the bank for future wisdom.
All right. Well, that's you know what echoed it in my ears the in the bank.
because I'm a banker.
Yeah, because she's a banker. So I'm a G bank. You always have to find that word there, right,
Yeah.
Jessica? But you're right. Even if you are close to, like you feel like you didn't change a lot. It's the same, the older and the younger. But of course, there's always going to be some changes there because you'll never be same. So that's why when they
Mhm.
ask you, how are you? Eto, ganun pa rin, same, gaya ng dati, ganun pa din, right? It's
Uh-huh.
not
Mhm.
actually, you already changed. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you,
Mhm.
Jessica. And now
You're
is
welcome.
Rodora here. Now, Rodora is from Rio Grande Valley region. Can we bring in Rodora? There you are. Hi,
Hello, good
Rodora.
evening.
You made it?
I'm here in my car because I am at a paddle court. I was about to play with some friends. I forgot. Not that I forgot. I didn't read the email. Pastor Prime told me that it's today,
It's okay.
and
You're here.
I got
You're
message.
here.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, but I'm in my car. But um,
As long as
remind
you
me
are
again what
parked.
the topic is.
As long as you are parked, Rodora, are you being safe right now?
Yeah, I'm parked. I'm
Okay.
parked.
Good.
I'm
So
parked.
actually,
Yeah.
I asked them if you have the ability to talk to your younger self right now, when you were a student, whether in the Philippines or here in the United States, what would be your advice to your younger self, Fedora?
Hmm. Now that I'm older, I should have learned temperance, like a little bit of self control. I always been the adventurous type. I've always been the one that is always chasing the next, the next fix, the next adventure, and I'm always been stubborn. But if I only have learned how to control some of those like urges of me to just keep going and going for something that I want, then there might be less mistake because I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I had a lot of adventures too. And life has been very colorful and exciting, but still, now that I think about it, some of those things could be avoided. Some of those things could have saved me, some setbacks because of the mistake that I made. But because we always, I don't know, I always tell myself, like, go for it, follow your dreams. Like, you just have to go for it and don't hesitate. But then now I'm thinking like a lot of those things are dumb, they're stupid, and I could not have gone for it, but I did because of the attitude that I have. So, like, now what I would tell myself if I have time, okay, slow down, think twice, be wise, think again before you do something, because it's not all about like the adventure and the chase. Sometimes you have to also think about the repercussions. So that's the only thing I would change, but I would still go for most of the things that I went for.
That's what
So,
I thought.
Rodora,
The question is, will you listen to your own advice when you were young? That's right. Rob, you were saying something, Rob.
yeah, give yourself
Rob?
the winning. Yeah, the winning lottery number. Give it here, the 1 billion one. Just choose the right one.
Yeah, you can do more.
The winning
You can
lottery
have more
number. Then you're
adventures.
gonna be okay.
Yeah. Well, thank
Yeah.
you,
Oh
Rodora.
well. Thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
Well,
Mhm.
stay because we have two more panelists who's gonna be joining us tonight, and I want to call in our representative from Greater San Antonio, and that's Nicolette. Nicolette, hello,
Hi.
Nicolette. How are you?
Good. How are y'all? Like Tito Rob, I also lost my voice. I actually lost
Uh
my voice
oh.
on election day. So I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to get it back too.
Okay, just drink a little bit of water. There you go. And so now, Nicolette, what would be advice to your younger self? Like you're still
Absolutely.
young, but younger.
I would definitely say to my younger self is don't be afraid to continue speaking up. Don't be afraid to be loud. So much in our upbringings, we're always taught, wag kang mahiyain or dapat mahiyain ka, don't ruffle any feathers, anything like that. But when we don't ruffle feathers and when we don't speak up, our communities don't hear the things that they need to hear, and to need to hear our shared stories, our lived experiences. It's so important. And then I'll also say that if you don't speak up, your community also won't hear how, we all have the same shared lived experiences and how we can be helping one another. So I definitely think that speaking up is going to be always the advice I would give to my younger self.
Yes. So Nicolette, okay lang ang maingay, right? As long as
Dapat lang.
may laman yung sinasabi mo. Yeah, you're right. But I think it depends when you're younger. I'm not sure. When you were younger, were you a little bit shy or
Yeah, I was very shy. My
so,
parents were very strict with us growing up. So
hindi ka shy, natatakot ka lang. Tatakot ka. Sinelas, right? Okay. All right. Thank you, Nicolette. Now we want to ask our representative from Austin. Let's bring in Maria. Maria, hello. Are you there? There you go.
Hi,
Hi, Maria. How's Austin right now? Safe?
um,
Good? Quiet?
having allergies actually the past 2 like it's just everyday allergies. It's this yeah.
I think it's across Texas. I am having an issue also earlier.
Yeah,
Just
right.
like what's happening with Nicolette and Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, back to your question.
yes, go ahead, Maria.
Actually a very interesting question. So the advice that I actually would like to give myself, my younger self rather, is to be you, be new, and be confident. So be you, meaning that be yourself. You do not have to impress anybody. Because like uh back in the day, we have like a certain standard, like what Nicolette said. There's like a certain standard that we have to meet, right? And if not, our parents will scold us or something. So we don't really have to live up with those expectations. Just be yourself. You do not need validation from anyone. Being you, when I say being you, like treat yourself like a sponge. um Learn everything, like treat everything like you're new in that grasp any learnings you can get, learn as much as you can, and be confident, because like confidence is actually everything. I think that um if you carry yourself with confidence, people would see you differently. So that's the advice that I could give to myself. And since I could not give those advice to myself, my younger self,
Will not listen to to you to your older self.
so I would actually, now that I'm a mother, I give that advice to my kids, so that they have like a guide. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. Be confident. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes that confidence is really, it takes time for you to build that.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah.
reminding yourself, because so remember when I was young and I used to join contests, competitions. So
Uh-huh.
be confident. Be confident. What? I'm dying here already with nervousness. But you still have to, you know. So they said, put a coin in your pockets every time I will join a
Okay.
competition. I have
Competition.
that lucky coin there. I don't know if it worked, but yeah, if it's gonna be me, I have so many advice to myself. But question is, I probably will not listen to myself kasi matigas in ulo ko nun. And I
Yeah.
feel like I have my own set of mind. Oh, I know more myself than you do. So why are you giving me advice? But it's good to listen to people giving you advice. Sometimes we actually choose what we want to take in, right? But
Yeah.
just listen, because you'll never know when you're gonna need those advice. So, okay, wow, very interesting. See, I learned a lot about each one of you. Again, Rob, ang dami ko pa rin nadidiscover sa'yo. Last time, I remember the boiled peanuts. See, I didn't forget that. But now I learned something new again. So thank you for sharing your advice to your younger self. Now we are supposed to go on a little break so we can have time to drink water. But before we take a break, If you are watching right now during the live show, feel free to post your comments, suggestions, feedback, questions on in the comment box. And when we come back after the break, we'll check on that and see if we can, if there are some comments, we'll read them on the live show. Okay. All right. So we'll see you in a bit. Don't go away. And we are back. To those who just tuned in, welcome to episode 2 of PACCTX Connect, featuring, of course, Women's Month and our signature event this month, which is Celebrating Women, Inspiring Change 2026. Our theme is From Classroom to C-Suite. So, do we have some comments here? So let's just bring them on the screen. So this is from Arlene Sanchez from Rio Grande Valley. Hello, guys. Hello, Arlene, Dr. Arlene. And then Chanel Marion. She said, "Yay, good job, everyone. Thanks to Nicolette for representing Greater San Antonio." Thank you for your message, Chanel. All right. So now we are not going to go to a more serious discussion. But our topic is very interesting because since we are celebrating Women's Month and we are also going to um, give you a sneak preview of what's going to happen during our Celebrating Women Inspiring Change 2026 this March. Um, the questions will be geared towards this theme. So I want to ask Rob. Rob,
I'm
okay,
here.
so Rob, this is the question for you. This is a Miss Universe question for you, or Mr. Universe question for you. Okay, so Rob, as workplaces evolved, hybrid work, sometimes there's an AI. We still do the in person. Uh, hybrid means like you're in the on the beach and you're still working, you're meeting with clients, right? What skills or mindsets should women in your region, which is DFW, greater DFW, or in all regions, not just DFW, focus on now to stay competitive and lead in the next 5 or 10 years? Told you it's a Miss Universe kind of question, Rob.
Uh, Scary, the
It's
next five or
scary, oo.
some things are going on.
Kasi ang
And
highlight mo dun competitive, eh. Competitive and lead in the next 5 years.
yeah, and what happened as things progress, people are getting more and more and more equal because the differences are kind of changing. It's like there's phases. The first phase is, get farming, and then you get your military, where the advantage is strength and stamina. So you need exercise and nutrition. The next phase is you get automation. And at that point, then suddenly get machines automating, then strength becomes less and less and less of an advantage for a bigger part of the business community. So then what's needed? It's really communication experience. That's where education and training becomes what's needed to get that communication experience is starting to supplant. At that point, I guess men and women become more and more equal because the strength would be less of a size, would be less of an advantage. Now the next phase, which is starting to happen, is it's when with AI coming in, you've
Mhm.
got this time communication and experience, which is the strength the previously is starting to become negated as well, and because AI is starting to take over, can do it communication, and basically it will have the experience as well. And then so that if you need information, the AI is going to tell you that. Where so therefore, before you used to have experts and so on, but unfortunately for unfortunately for a lot of the way things are done right now is that a lot of experts will now the expert systems will be the AI. This OSHA expert will have compliance with HIPAA expert, and AI will start giving those answers. So therefore, with that change, um, it's going to change what would be the advantage now. It's more for how you organize things and how you strategize, because at that point you'll have multiple AI will become your friends. Let's say you're shopping, and then the co-pilot of Edge will tell you, oh, this how much it's going to cost. Then if you have a question about, let's say, how to vote, then you go back, and Gemini, which is pretty good in research, will now tell you something. But then we have to understand why things are happening. Sometimes the chat GPT will tell you why, because it can't be better in terms of reasoning. Now then perplexity, then so many different AIs coming in. It's almost like you have a friend who specializes in something. And when that happens, you'll find they can take care of your communication and so on. So therefore, what's needed for us is how to organize and how to strategize to get things done, because we now become all supervisors. And it's kind of scary. In fact, and so therefore, what's needed? At the beginning, it's exercise nutrition. Later, it's education training. What would be the third phase? Now, this one is a little bit hazy, but some would say it would be socialization and gamification. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, because organization strategy, therefore, there's a need for us to go out and get to know people, because we have to expand the way we think, because it's all about relationships now, because the basic ones, computers going to take care of that. And then gamification, it's kind of interesting, because instead of the traditional education training, gamification now, things become like games, because whereas imparting knowledge and understanding, education can do that, imparting skills, training can do that, but imparting perspectives, expanding your mind, perception acuity, gamification can help expand that. Interesting though, for example, in the Ukraine war, it's a game now. The drones, they get points whenever they kill somebody or something, and then whenever they get more points, they can compile those points and buy more equipment. So suddenly, a big part of the motivation for the drone flyers, it becomes gamified. So I'm not saying that's a feature, but it's almost like by understanding the dynamic, it's starting to look that way. So
Mm.
I might have caused more confusion than clarity by saying that
Actually,
means you can't do a lot with 1 minute or
well,
two
that's
minutes.
true. That's true. This is actually a whole topic, that we can actually
Yeah,
pick and discuss or invite a speaker later on. But yeah, I mean, as a woman, as a in my industry, I have to know the latest technology, and I have to learn it. That's like you said, nutrition, learning, application, gamify it, take advantage of this technology to improve our skills, our business, ourselves, right? So that we stay competitive in the industry or whatever industry you
yeah.
belong.
I like to think women have better EQ than men. So in general, and
Baka
therefore
may
when it comes to
mag-protest na,
technical
Rob.
stuff, they magpropaganda. Well, at least I yeah, and some people may disagree, and I'm okay with that. But me being having been nerdish for quite a while, is I do know that my EQ is not as good as a lot of female friends that I have. But having said that, is when it comes to the socialization phase and everything, it becomes an advantage for women in the workplace. Organization, socialization, strategy. Women could be equal, or the EQ could actually um, make even the odds more and more. And I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah. Well, socialization, yes, I can say that, right, Jessica? Right, Rodora, Maria, and Nicolette. Well, thank you, Rob. I This question that I'm gonna ask next is for Jessica. And I think it's because she works in a bank. She's a banker. So that's why this is a question for her. Access to capital. So access to capital and networks remains a barrier for many women entrepreneurs. So Jessica, what concrete steps have you taken to overcome funding and network gaps? And what local resources should our chamber prioritize to help? Pag Miss Universe ulit yan na question, Jessica. Go ahead.
Thank you
With
for
the
that
Miss.
question. Actually, like 2 hours ago, Gemma and I were on the phone, and she's like a mother hen. Like, did you read the questions? Are you prepared for tonight? You know, it's like, what questions? I was playing dumb. What questions? So she was nervous. Said, I'm gonna watch you. Yeah, right. Where is she? Right. Anyway, uh, in seriousness, I really like that question because that's my lane, right? Access to capital and strong networks continues to be a major barrier for many women entrepreneurs. What I've seen work are very intentional strategies that focus on both financial readiness and relationship building. On the capital side, like the funding side, how you're going to fund your business, financial readiness programs, and direct connection events with banks or lenders have been extremely effective because they demystify the funding process and create real access to banks and community development financial institutions or non-banks and SBA supported lenders or banks. So these kinds of programs consistently show positive results for women founders, and help bridge the capital gap. On the networking side, structured mentorship and curated roundtables tend to deliver stronger outcomes than traditional open networking. So I am, just like you said, I am a banker by trade, and I've seen women reach out to mentors at equal rates as men, but don't always receive the same level of access or warm introductions, which directly affects their business trajectories. So, intentional matching and peer advisory groups help level that playing field. So, with the current administration's focus on rolling back certain specialty group or disadvantaged group classifications, they're pulling it back, right? It becomes even more important for women entrepreneurs to push for greater visibility and equal footing in the marketplace. While policy support may shift, our drive and intentional efforts can still strengthen our position and ensure women remain competitive. Now, for our chamber, the most impactful resources to prioritize would be, this is what I think, capital match events or lender matching events. Now, we can put together these lender matching events because our women business owners need to find the lenders that will provide the resources and funding and support that they are looking for. In financial readiness training or boot camp, I'm glad that the chamber is putting together all the boot
Yes,
camps, right? And
that's right.
structured mentorship, especially for young entrepreneurs or those who are planning to start a business, and industry focused roundtables, which we have done in the past, Eileen. Looking forward to more roundtables
Yeah.
that intentionally create warm introduction pathways. So these are proven approaches that close both the funding and networking gaps and help women business owners grow with confidence and sustain support.
Yes, I like the matching, Jessica. But for our women entrepreneurs out there, it would be best if you do not have this information. It would be best for you to attend boot camps like what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Um, Actually, for the chamber, our first entrepreneurial boot camp is happening in Austin this April. So watch out
Mhm.
for announcement, and we're gonna have another one in the fall. So yes, we provide this the platform, the venue, the opportunity for you to be there to network and access resources during those events. So thank you, Jessica. See, I
You're
told you a
welcome.
banker is always the
Good
best to
answer.
ask in terms of capital, right, Rob?
Yes, it's good. I love the answer. Thank you so much.
No, thank
Very
you.
informative, yes. All right, well, thank you, Jess. And now, my question to our leader, chamber leader, women leader from RGV, that's Rodora. Rodora, you still there in your car? Is Rodora still here with us? Oh, okay. So she's probably finding I don't know a better place than the parking lot. But since Rodora is not here right now, we'll ask her when she comes back. I'm gonna go ahead and ask Nicolette from Greater San Antonio. Nicolette, are you ready with this Miss Universe question for you? Okay, so Nicolette, many women face trade-offs between visibility, which was mentioned by Rob and I believe Jessica as well, visibility, and the other one is vulnerability. How have you balanced building a public leadership profile while staying authentic? And what advice do you have for others trying to do the same? Perfect for you, Nicolette. This is a good question for you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that question. So first and foremost, really when you're trying to get into public leadership, public service, first and foremost, you really need to do a really good self-assessment of what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, right? Really understanding what are the things, what are your talents that you can wholeheartedly give to someone, to a project, to a community, whoever you're going to serve. And with that, you'll be able to assess, hey, what is my capacity? What are my boundaries? What are the things that I know I can always give 100% to? And kind of with that perspective, it also gives you the tough skin that you need to be, really honest with yourself of things that, again, you're probably not so good at. Like for me, I'm not always so great at saying no. So for some
Uh
time,
oh.
I
Now
know,
we
which is
know.
that is a big problem, right? Being able to say no and really assess your capacity is really a skill you really have to like learn and practice and continue practicing. And like and so with that being said, it's really like making sure you're staying true to yourself. That's how you'll always stay authentic. But of course, honoring your commitments to do that.
Yes, commitments.
Man, these Texas
Okay.
allergies are so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to push
I'm
through.
also drinking water here, so it's not just you.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, honestly, staying true to yourself is the best thing that you can do to serve your community the best way you know how.
Okay, well, being authentic, that's right. Um, yeah, I know you want to say more because I know you can say a lot more about this, but maybe that's something that we can talk about later on, right, Nicolette? And if you have any questions for Rob, for Jessica, for Nicolette, just feel free to post it on the comment box or send them a message, and I'm pretty sure they will reply back to you. And if it's during the show, we will read them here, and we'll see if they can. We have time to answer your questions. Now, Maria from Austin, this is your Miss Universe question. Maria, you ready? Okay, so here we go. Mentorship and sponsorship. We hear this a lot in the chamber. Mentorship and sponsorship. Of course, they both matter. Now, where have you found the biggest impact? Mentors who advise or sponsors who advocate? So, if you want to share a specific story of how one relationship changed the course of your career, feel free to do that. And it is now your time to speak.
Yeah,
Maria? Yes,
yeah.
there we go.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you. That's really it. Like a Miss Universe, Miss Universe. And actually, I was listening to what Jessica said earlier because she mentioned about mentorship. I don't know how many times. And yes, for me, actually, mentorship and sponsorship, they go hand in hand. Okay, because like um mentorship is like, I'll tell you how to get there. They're the one who's gonna guide you, build you confidence that you're doing the right job, like, um and as far as sponsorship, they're the one who help you to get there. So this, I actually have like a very very good example for this one. So when I was just starting in my career, back home in the Philippines, I was very new, but I was very like eager to learn. I'm a go-getter, always have been. So I asked my manager, I said like, hey, I wanted to learn more. Is it okay if you could mentor me? And at the time, there's another person that she wants to mentor, but that person actually problem. So
Is that a
she
thunder?
Yeah.
is
Oh,
From my,
we'll
from my
see.
side, it's here in North Texas.
Oh,
uh,
that's in. I thought it's in Maria. Is it thundering in Austin right now? Wow,
I
you.
actually thought it was my stomach.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah. So anyway, going back. So
Yes, go back. Yeah, go ahead.
I when I talked to my manager about it, and she told me this. If you are in my situation, one has the leadership skills and the other one don't. The one that has the leadership skills has like attendance issues, and the other one don't have leadership skills but is eager to learn. Who do you want to mentor? And I said that I would mentor someone that is not don't have like the leadership but willing to learn. And she said, no, you're wrong. I would mentor the person that has a leadership because um, the leadership is already in them. So technically, she like denies me, like, okay, I'm not gonna mentor you. So at first it was hurtful, but I took it positively. What I did, I tried my best to learn things on my own, and then one manager actually saw what I'm doing, that I'm eager to learn. He came up to me and said, hey, I see that you're trying. So here's what you can do. So he taught me everything that I have to learn. And that actually changes my entire career in that company. I actually became higher. My position was the one,
There's the
for
thunder again. Sorry for that, Maria.
I'll,
Yeah,
so,
you're saying, Maria. So
you can mute me if you want.
you're promoted. That's what you're saying, right?
yes, I got promoted. I think like two levels higher than the person
Wow.
asked first for mentorship. I do not take like no for an answer. Okay, if you don't want to, if you don't want to mentor me, I needed that mentorship. But since you don't want to give it to me, and I can just do it myself. But good thing that somebody saw me, because he thinks that I really wanted to learn. He taught me everything. I'm not even sure if he knows the impact that he did in my career and my, how I got here, how I became confident in the field, in the business that I do. But
Well,
yeah.
Maria, if you still remember, you have contact of that person. Make sure that
Yeah,
that person knows the impact that he made. You
we still
know.
we still talk, but
Oh, that's good. Make sure you communicate that if
if I
that
told him,
he'll be inspired more to mentor, sponsor others, right? Well, thank
yes,
you so much for. I wish we have more time. I have some follow up questions, but we're running out of time.
right,
So, but we do have some comments here. Can we please show them on the screen? I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm gonna ask Nicolette. I'm sorry, Nicolette. I know you're for all the I'm gonna ask Rob. Rob, can you please read the comment of
Yeah, this
Janet?
is
Hi,
from
Janet.
Ben. Hello, Dr. Bloom. Um, one needs major critical thinking skills as well as knowledge from reliable sources or the ability to check the veracity of the information that AI is providing. Actually, that's very true. There are hallucinations. There's
Yeah.
still a lot right now. They're saying if you want to mess up, have a human. If you want to mess up really, really bad, you need a computer. And so however, I think as technology improves, they're getting better.
Yeah.
But again, we have to know how to think by ourselves. We
Yeah, we
should
still
not
need
really
to develop our skills. Don't just rely on AI too much. Thank you, Rob. Jane Nang has a message. Nicolette, feel better, my dear, and you are one authentic leader. Of course, Jane is from San Antonio also. And Dr. Donnet, feel better soon. Nicolette, please call me if you need ginger. So now you know, go get ginger from Dr. Donnet. And she said, with public service, it's useful to remember the serenity prayer. I'll ask Dr. Danet about that. And if you want to know about that, send her a message. Okay, I wish we have more time, but we're running out of time. So what we're gonna do next, we're not gonna take a break anymore. But I would like the region to invite our viewers right now, or whoever is watching this live show, or later they're going to be listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Invite them to your event. What's happening in Region 1? Let's call in Rob. We'll start yeah, let's start with Rob. I already called Rob. So go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, we finished a couple of events recently, and the next one would then be we have accounting for non-accountants. So that's going to happen in the third week of March, but we're still working it out right now. And then the next is going to be a lunch and learn. So we're thinking, what's next to lunch and learn? You can have dine and discover. That's for the evening. And
Oh, dine and
yeah, and then
discover.
of
Okay.
course we have the celebrating women inspiring change, which we all are gonna synchronize. We'll celebrate together. Then after that, it's gonna be each region will have their own events, and we'll be having our networking after that. That will be March 28th. And then after, we have state meeting in April, of course, and then the membership forum again. So that's what's gonna happen for DFW.
Okay, and if they do have any questions, just go to the Facebook page of Greater Dallas Fort Worth. Thank you, Rob. How about Greater Houston here in Houston? Jessica, what's happening this month?
Yep. We are rolling out, or we are finalizing our speaker event for March. It is about AI and digital marketing. We stay tuned for the details on that. We have finalized the date, but it's happening in March. And we are also excited to reach out to the business owners in Beaumont, a suburb of Houston. So it is part of the chamber expansion, and it's organized by our development committee. So we are scheduled to get a small get together this coming Sunday. So it's really exciting.
And of course, I'll be there this Sunday. All right. What about in Greater San Antonio, Nicolette?
You
What's
better.
happening?
Awesome. We're hosting our um, excuse me, our National Lumpia Week, and excuse me, um, our Bring Lumpia to Work Day happening on March 13th, which is Friday the 13th. So please check out lumpiaweek.com for more information and where you can find local caterers to help make sure you can bring lumpia to work.
Oh, okay. I wish I can help you, but I know there's a lot of things happening in Greater San Antonio. So, if you want to know more about their events, just go to their website or go to their Facebook page, or you can message Nicolette or the board of directors of GSA. All right, let's go to Austin. What's happening in Austin, Maria?
Yes, so actually a lot is happening here in Austin. All right, so first off, we do have our North Austin blend happening every second Friday of each month. And this will be in purely provision on Main Street in downtown Round Rock. We have March community outdoor picnic with Satellite Region at Lake Belton Dean. We also have something happening on April 18th, 2026 at 5 to 11 p.m. It's our first ever Gala 2026 Sambayanan. So it's going to be in Killeen, Texas. And here in South Austin, we have decided to have once a month event, which is going to be like third Saturday of each month. for to grow the south part of us.
All right. And again, if you want to know more and you want to be part of their events, just contact or go to their Facebook page and their website. All right. Or you can send us a message here too, or send them a message. All right. Well, thank you so much. It it. I wish we have more time, but well, we're almost out of time for our next part of uh, panelists. We have three amazing women leaders who's going to join us in a few minutes and a few seconds. But I want to say thank you to all our panelists. Thank you, Rob. Thank you,
Thank you for having me.
Nicolette. Thank you, Jessica, and thank you, Maria, for joining us, and thank you for sharing us your insights and also your advice to your old self. Thank you for letting us know you more. And we wish to see you this on our next state event, which is our Celebrating Women, Inspiring Change 2026. Thank you again.
Thank
Um, Enjoy the rest of the night. All right. Well, I want to bring in our next panelists. We have three amazing women who's going to talk about celebrating women, inspiring change. So you all have some information, save the date, sneak preview of what we're going to expect this month of March. So let's bring in the state committee chair for celebrating women, inspiring change, Chanel Ramondo. Chanel, come on, join me here. Chanel's from Greater San Antonio, and she is the region chair of Greater San Antonio. Hi, Chanel. And Chanel, I hear the call. I can hear your voice, Chanel. Um, yeah, make sure. Yeah, I'll get back to you. I also want to call in our. Do we have here Joyce? Is she joining us tonight? If she's here, let's call her. Um, and then of course Niels will also be joining us tonight. There you go, Niels. All right. There we go. Can we hear now Chanel? I wonder why Chanel is I think she is muted.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Niels. Let me check on Chanel. You're not muted, so maybe your microphone. So while you're working on that, I'm gonna go ahead and ask Niels. Niels, so what is so special about celebrating women inspiring change this year? Tell us.
Before any,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry. Before anything else, I would just like to say hello, everyone. Good morning, Philippines, and good evening, USA. Well, the Celebrating Women Inspiring Change, which is for 2026 event, will be conducted in a hybrid format. This will combine a unified statewide program with region based in person celebrations to maximize participation, visibility, and engagement across Texas. So, I'll be talking about the logistic here, Eileen. So, the event will be structured into two main events. Part one is going to be a statewide hybrid program. So this is going to be virtual plus a regional watch parties. So the first segment will serve as the official statewide program and will be conducted live through live stream platform courtesy of Lawin Media Network, allowing all the PACC Texas regions such as the Greater DFW, the Greater Houston, the Austin, San Antonio, and RGB to participate simultaneously. Of course, this portion will include welcome, opening remarks. We have invocation. We have also invited somebody to be our inspirational speaker. We will have a panel discussion with four guest panelists. We have, of course, special acknowledgement, our sponsors' recognitions, and of course, a closing statewide message. Now, regional chapters may host in person watch gathering while participating virtually in the statewide broadcast. This structure ensures consistency in messaging, branding, and recognition while allowing flexibility for local engagement. So the technical logistic, of course, we have a centralized live stream management. We're going to have a coordinated flow and time allotment. We will have also media coverage and documentation at the same time. So therefore, we also have anchor women or men to help us during the live stream. And of course, we have cameraman for each of the region assigned. Now for part two, we have a regional celebration and networking. So each region will conduct local recognition, or I will say local um, celebration of the Women's Month. So they will have their own kind of guest women speaker to talk about the region and how they will be inspiring the local women in their area. They will also have networking activities. They will highlight regional women leaders or sponsors. And of course, they will provide community engagement opportunities. So, again, the region will be able to get their own or manage their own venue, attendance tracking for their RSVP system. They will have local sponsor. And of course, this is something we all Filipinos will always have catering. We need to have meals because that's the
Food,
also
of
one way
course.
of, yes, that's one way of the reason why we have events is to gather and enjoy our meals together, like serving meals or Filipino dishes. And we have an on-site program facilitation. So therefore, the structure allowed each region to personalize the experiences while remaining aligned with the statewide CWIC branding and theme. So thank you, and we look forward to your participation. By the way, this is a free event, and
Aha,
later
yeah.
on, we're going to have a QR code where you can scan it, and then you will be able to have that RSVP, and that is free. You don't have to pay. So, by the way, I'm Neil Sanson. I'm your state secretary for PACC, and I'm also the membership committee chair. Thank you so much, Eileen, for giving me this opportunity
Thank you. Thank
for
you,
our
Neil.
Women's Month celebration.
Thank
Salamat.
you for those your everything you've said. They're very informative. But I hope that Chanel's microphone is not working. No, what's happening? Her microphone was working really well earlier, so I'm not sure what's going on. Um, yeah, because this celebrating women inspiring chains is a state event, so all the five regions are participating, just like what Niels mentioned, and Chanel is the chair for this event, and I wish you can talk about the. Um, this initiative and how is it different from last year. But her microphone is not working, but at least we can see Chanel.
Yeah, I think Chanel needs to have her main, maybe her main volume on her computer, so it's gonna work. Try that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because she's not muted, so she should be.
yeah, I
It's
know.
probably
Well, yes,
the microphone switch to whichever. Sometimes it happens. Well, technology is always like that. There's
yeah.
always going
Or
to be
maybe what she can do is
something.
reboot herself while she's
Yeah.
rebooting. I will have to share what Joyce have to say because right now Joyce is not here. Maybe Chanel, you can log off then come back.
Yes, that's right. Okay,
She
so
can.
Niels, yes,
Yes,
I know that Joe's supposed to join us. So
yes.
if you have the information, feel free to share. Go ahead, do it.
Yes.
Your time.
Okay. So in the absence of Joyce, I'm going to share something to you guys. Her statement. This is what she said: Celebrating Women Inspiring Change, or WEEK, is one of the initiatives within the Philippine-American Chamber of Commerce, Texas, that she is especially proud of because it brings all of our regions together to recognize and uplift incredible women in business and leadership. There are few ways you can be part of this movement. One, you can join us as a member to help make the event happen or partner with us as a sponsor because we're looking for sponsors. It is especially exciting
That's right.
because we will be a hybrid event, just like I shared to you earlier, meaning each PACC Texas region will host their own celebration while also connecting with other across the state. So we're going to be connecting with other regions across the United States. So that will be happening in Austin, in Dallas, in Houston, in Rio Grande Valley, and of course, San Antonio, which we're going to be sharing to you. For business looking to expand their visibility while supporting incredible cost, WIC offers a unique opportunity. With our hybrid format, reaching multiple PACC Texas regions, our sponsors will receive meaningful exposure while helping elevate women leaders across our communities. So I'd like to thank Joyce for sharing this. So in her behalf, I am again trying to share this to all of you with our viewers. Thank you. Maybe Chanel is back.
Well,
I'm
she's not back.
excited.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. But of course, if you have any questions about this event, you can always contact Chanel or Niels or Joyce, or you can send us a message here. But thank you so much, Niels, for joining us tonight and for sharing those information. Very valuable. So have a good night, Niels.
Oh,
Thank
by
you.
the way,
Yeah.
just to let you know, the theme that was discussed today is just like the theme that we have with
Oh, Chanel is here.
maybe Chanel can.
Oh,
Um,
the microphone, Chanel. I know, right? We're gonna find a way to make that work after this. But
yes,
thank you so much. We have to end the show now. And so
yes,
thank you, Niels. Thank you,
yes.
Chanel,
Thank
for
you,
being
Chanel.
here. At least you're here. We see you, so we know who Chanel is, right? Okay. All
With
right.
a beautiful face from
I,
San Antonio, the chairperson. But
that's right.
there's a lot of things she likes to share. But I know there's gonna be
But
a next
yeah.
venue. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Niels. Thank you so
Thank you,
much, Niels.
everyone.
Thank you, Chanel. And of course, now that we are ending the show, this is an inspiring session, episode 2, from classroom filled with dreams to boardrooms filled with purpose. Today, we were reminded that leadership is a journey built on courage, resilience, mentorship, and faith. So, to all aspiring leaders watching there, your classroom season matters, but your preparation also matters. Your story is still being written. Thank you to our incredible panelists and representatives from different regions for sharing your insights and passion. That's a wrap for another episode of PACCTX Connect. Thank you, Lawin Media Network. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media, and stay tuned for more conversations that elevate your community. Until next time, keep learning, keep leading, and keep rising from the classroom to the C suite. This is Eileen. Have a good one.